Hey everybody, I'm a few minutes early. I'm sure it won't make much of a difference. Hello, Mike and Betty. Hello. And I've just got to mute that. I'm just going to bring in my friend Betty J. Gathers. Here she is. There's Betty. Betty's got her own channel, which I've spoken about before, but Betty's got her own channel, and I'll let Betty explain what she does in a minute. But yeah, she's gorgeous. I love Betty. She's someone who you can watch. Oh yeah, you can watch what you do, and you smile, and you've always got something nice to say to people. Betty's very what's the word? Supportive and encouraging to everybody. So it's really good. But yeah. Oh, hey, Shandy. Shandy's here.
Shandy, hey.
Yeah, and my friend Mike B is in here. Mike's been a little bit unwell of late, and he had a little heart to put on, but he sent that back in the letterbox, so we'll find out what's going to happen. I'm sure he'll be fine. He just needs to take a big holiday.
I'm sure he will be.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Sure he will be.
Yeah, and Dee's here as well, Dee Newman. Yeah, Grumpy Bear. I love that name, Grumpy Bear.
I know Dee's surprised. She's really surprised. Oh, no, I said it this morning. You didn't know. I said it on my live, and I pinned it on my live up top. Yeah.
Oh, that explains. I got a new subscriber this morning, and she said, Mama Betty J sent me, and I'm like, oh, excellent.
Yeah, I had it pinned there.
So thank you for that. And hey, Destination Fun. So a lot of people know who you are anyway, because we're sort of all the same, like your community, Heather's community, Bill, Warmstrong.
Yeah, I told him about it. I'm like, you know, Karen, you can come up there.
I'll invite him in if he shows up.
I told him, and Dee told me you're still awake because everybody know I go to bed early and get up at 4 o'clock.
And he says I have pecan plats. Plats? Not bragging. Well, maybe. What's a pecan?
I don't know. What is that?
What is that, Sandy?
Well, maybe. Is it a sweet or something? Sweet.
Well, pecan's a nut, isn't it?
I know, but plats. I don't know. Where's Shandy from?
Shandy, I've forgotten where you're from.
Oh.
I'm sure Shandy's from America. I get so confused because I talk to so many people, and there's some I just automatically know where they're from. Hi, Michael. Hello.
Yeah, destination. She going to Disney World tomorrow.
Oh, how dare you?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, but that's in Florida, isn't it?
Yeah.
Disneyland.
It's close by us. Yeah, she's closer than I am, but we're both close.
That's right. There's Tanya M. She's my moderator, and she's fantastic, and she's a friend. She's funny too.
Dude, I was gonna put my little thing on tonight, and I forgot. You always have something on your head.
Can you see the spider? I put a spider on my head.
I meant to put my thing on my head tonight. So I was right in. I forgot.
I always wear a little crown. And when I don't wear a crown, Tanya gets upset with me. She says, "Where's your crown? Where's your crown?" So I just wear a crown. And I'm trying to get into the Halloween spirit.
I know. But I'll be back. I'm gonna put my headdress on. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. Betty will be right back, folks. Oh gosh, yes. So as you've noticed, I haven't got Enzo with me today. That's because he is in. Oh golly, Enzo, where are you again? He's in Kansas, somewhere down in the corner of Kansas, somewhere at a Paracon thing. But he talked to us about that last week, so I think that's going okay. I did look on the Facebook for it, and oh, excuse me, too much food before I had lunch. So he's having a ball at his little Paracon thing. Hey, Kazza. So it's all good. Oh, Betty. When I wear flowers, I used to wear the flowers, and then I went to the crown. Now if I wear flowers, it's like, where's your crown? RPI Paranormal, good morning. Well, it's actually lunchtime, so it's good afternoon for me.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you look beautiful with that on, Betty.
Thank you. I meant to put it like and I love the video on your backyard.
Oh, you did? You did?
Yeah, with the birds and parrots.
I was out there this morning, and I should have I don't think I've got a picture on this computer, but there's a king parrot, and I can show you what a king parrot looks like. But it comes. Hang on, king.
The guy that used to grow my dog, he has huge ones. Thanks,
Ooh.
Dee. That's my Dee.
There we are. There's a king parrot. Oh, bloody hell. Every time you click on something. There we go. Let me see if I can present this to everybody. Share screen.
You, Tanya. I'm the flower girl.
Yeah, that's a king parrot.
Oh, it's not as big as I thought. Isn't that pretty?
No, it's a reasonable size. It's about, I don't know. Like if I was holding it, it's about this. Like it's big. So it's but it's so pretty. And that one, oh well, not that one, but one just like it comes into my backyard every morning and asks for food, and I feed it. Now it's bringing its friends, so I'm getting beautiful birds coming into my backyard and some very cheeky cockatoos that I have to say, you can have a little piece of food, but you've got to go away. I had to squirt one with a hose this morning because he wouldn't do as he was told. He didn't like that. Turned on the water. I said, off you go. He did, but he only flew as far as the river. Oh, Bill. Hello, Bill. Hey, Bill, are you busy? Would you like to come and say hello to everybody? You're welcome to.
He's like that doggone Betty.
Well, Bill's not busy. Let me see. Let me get rid of that. I don't think I've got Bill on my Facebook.
Oh, I can send it to his. Bill, I'm gonna send it to you just in case. I can
just
send
in case.
a copy.
Only if you want to, Bill. You know, I mean, I
want to.
Yeah, I invite people, and sometimes, you know, they don't have their face on, or they're in bed, or you know, whatever. So that's okay. It happens to me sometimes too. Okay, Bill. Okay, another day.
I send it just in case. But warm, strong, you know.
He hasn't got his face on. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got to be ready. I reckon he's in bed in his pajamas. Well,
I know what I did. I know what I did. I didn't go to the StreamYard.
Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, God.
Steph, Tanya, we got a good crew here tonight.
I know.
Oh,
and Mike goes lovely. I love this community. I love coming in. I mean, I'm amazed that anyone even wants to listen to me babble on. But I've usually got a lot of things to complain about. So.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
So what have you been up to this week, Betty?
Oh, just YouTube and trying to decide a little bit what I want to do by YouTube. I just celebrated my 2 years, so that was good. And you came and supported me very well. And I was just happy that night. That was a good night.
You were really.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get it right. It's been 2 years. How long have you been doing it?
When I got back from America last year, so I probably started about end of October, beginning of November. But I didn't mean for it to go to this extent. I was just putting up little videos of what I did while I was there, and then I don't know. Then I just started to enjoy making the videos and started to teach myself how to do the editing and my little animations that I do, which are really basic, but I like making them. They're fun to make, and then it just went from there. So I'm just really, really happy that I've got 404 subscribers today.
Goodness.
So I was really happy. That's pretty good for a year, I think.
Yeah, that's a heck of a lot for a year. Because a year and a half, I can't remember. It gets everything, but I've been monetized about 4 or 5 months now. But it was a grind.
Oh, I know. I remember when
everyone to get those 4,000 watch hours. See, you're being smart, because if you go live, you know your watch hours are built up really faster than making the videos, unless you could get videos that get over 1,000 views or whatever every time. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
so
no,
that's why we all have to do lives, because before that year is out, because you start losing watch hours.
Well, yeah, and sometimes I find it's Maisie Rose, I've got a bone to pick with you in a minute, Maisie. You watch out. You're in trouble. Thank you, Grumpy Bear. I'm glad you liked my garden. Yeah, but sometimes I think like I'll be working on a video or something will happen in that week, like something on the news will happen around what it is I talk about, and I think, you know what, I'll just do a live. I'll just talk to everybody and ask them how. And also the other reason I do the lives is much like you do, Betty, just to keep an eye on everybody and let them know that there's someone here to talk to and have a bit of fun with if they're feeling a bit down. I just think that's really important. It helped me when I was going through a very bad time to go onto the chat and have people say hello and whatnot. But hey, Maisie, yesterday, Maisie Rose, yesterday I got up at 4:30 in the morning. I had my shower, I got dressed, and I went live at 6 a.m. Australia time for you, Maisie.
And Maisie wasn't there.
No, she was probably asleep. But it's okay. Other people came to watch. But I made an effort because Maisie's in Scotland. And so oftentimes when Maisie comes into these lives, like now, I guess, Maisie, it must be about midnight or 1 in the morning or something.
Okay.
So I thought, you know what, I'll try and go early, so that way it's not too late, and you know, they get to see me a bit early. But so I knew I'd have a go at Maisie today when I spotted her. But you know, but Maisie's been unwell too, so I'm giving everybody a break. Everyone can have a break, just because I've got nothing better to do than go live. Oh, geez. I said hello to Destination Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Maisie's excuse. I was in a meeting. Sorry.
It's 3:08 a.m.
It's 3 a.m. Jeez, Maisie. Crikey.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, I know that Maisie likes being here and listening to
they're 5 hours ahead of me.
Behind. It'd be, is it, what are we? It's Saturday for me. So it must be Saturday morning, early for Saturday
her.
morning.
Yeah, and I'm Friday night. So she's 5 hours ahead.
Yeah. Oh, everyone is partial to a Karen rant. I do rant a little bit sometimes.
Now, most of this community, is it paranormal? Is that?
Oh, it's a bit. I don't know. What would you say, guys? It's a bit of a mishmash. It's kind of like, yes, they enjoy things about the paranormal for sure, but not all, because sometimes I don't even, like yesterday, I don't think I might have talked about the paranormal a little bit yesterday, but normally, gosh, yesterday Heather and I were talking about the size of boobs and why you shouldn't have big boobs and little boobs are better.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And poor, at that time, Mike B was the only man in the chat. And we had to apologise. Sorry about that, Mike. But yes, the bigger they are, the more they bounce around when you run, and it's very uncomfortable. Just so you know.
Barbara has helped me a lot, though. When people miss something, she'll, come in and come right on in and help. So she has helped a lot over these years.
Yeah. So, yes, Mike just said he's stuck around. He's stuck around despite the subject matter. We didn't talk about that for long.
That's how, but you never know. I'm telling you, better watch out.
No, and that's the thing. It's kind of like I see this more as a weekly hangout, and if there is something to discuss, like something's happened through the week that's interesting, or if somebody says in the chat, "Hey, did you hear about so and so or such and such?" We'll have a chat. We don't gossip. Like, we don't say anything horrible about people. We don't gossip. We just talk about, like, do you reckon that alien was real and all that sort of thing. So I don't know. Hi, Antoine. Hello. So we just have a bit of a chat. Sometimes I let people know, much like you do, let them know what I've been doing and working on and all that sort of thing. I'll have a look, Maisie. Maisie said she's sent me a message. So I'll have a look. It's probably abuse.
Thanks, Stephanie. Thank you. I almost forgot my flowers. I got a crown too.
Yeah,
my crown is too big. You have to really secure it or that sucker fall.
It looks like you're ready to go to Hawaii.
Oh, Colin just went to bed. He was pacing around here and he gonna run me crazy with that pacing.
Oh, well, why is he pacing? Is it still hot there?
Oh yeah. He's like, he'll be 15 in December, and it's just part of whatever he's going through, So
well, fair enough.
He's there. He is definitely there. I think it's a little senility or something there, because he's doing some stuff he ain't used to do.
Hey, I think everybody in here, do you all know Betty and what her channel's sort of about, or do you want me to get Betty to explain what she does a little bit? Because if you all want to have a bit of a giggle and a laugh and feel happy, her channel is another channel you can go to, and she's all about making people feel good. Go on, tell them what your channel's about, Betty.
I do lives Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I stay in the US of A. Tell by my accent. But my chat, sometimes we have a topic to talk about, but generally it just goes in whatever direction we take it. And everybody's really mostly from a different, because I don't really have a niche. Everybody say I do, but everybody's from everywhere. So and it's growing, so I really like that. And and then I want to really vlog too. That's another thing I want to do. I have one coming. Usually I premiere Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time. But that's really one I want to get more into, is blogging. I still want to do my lives because I enjoy my lives. They take a lot of energy though. People think lives don't take energy. If you look at the end today, and that's why I didn't even cut it off, because I just wanted people to see. It takes, because I thought it was off. Dee saw me. And she was like, boo, something in the thing. I said, oh my, because I was saying, I looked up and I was smiling. I said, oh, I'm tired. And then I looked and said, oh my God, it's still on. Because it does. It takes, I put a lot of energy into it, so it takes a lot of energy out when I get off. So.
Yeah, and 12:30 a.m. here, in Australia. That's why sometimes I don't make Betty's lives or anything, because I'm asleep. But I often go in and have a bit of a look and see what she was up to. So, and Maisie says that she has been in your live stream a couple of times. So Maisie knows who you are. So, but Betty's good value. I fell across Betty's channel one day, literally fell across it. I can't remember how. And it might have been, I think it was one of your shorts. I saw one of your shorts, and you were talking about getting hate, basically, or
okay.
yeah, when young girls were saying,
Yeah,
"Why are
yeah,
you?"
yeah.
Yeah, basically people saying to Betty, "Oh, don't be
Yeah,
dressing up like that. You're
yeah.
too old to dress like
Don't be
that."
competing with young women. And I said, if you were winning, why, you wouldn't be worried about me.
Yeah, like really weird. So obviously very young, silly children, but uh, but there you go. But yeah, I saw Maisie. I read your email, and I'll talk to you later. So that's okay. She sent me a little message, so I'll have a talk with her later. Does Betty herself believe in the paranormal? I think
Oh
she
yeah.
does.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
More than you know. I tell people you'll think I'm a little crazy, but yeah, I do deeply believe in it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
something going on. Dee says, Karen, I saw, hang on.
Oh.
Karen, I saw you pop in Betty's, then you said you were going to the USA.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
well, yes, I am, but in November.
So which part of the USA you're
Oh,
going?
back to Nevada, back to Virginia.
Oh,
I
okay.
love that town.
And
I
I thought I
really
was gonna
do.
get to see Heather, but I didn't get to see
Oh,
Heather. And I
that
don't
was
think she was really coming to Florida because they got a little frightened because we have those
silly
laws. So
rules.
a
Yeah.
lot of people was telling, so I wasn't gonna, and I had planned the whole year. I can't wait. And then she wasn't. Then she didn't even, make it in. So.
Well, I think you need to tell your son to pay for an airfare so you can come and
Oh
visit him.
yeah, he's gonna have to.
Yeah, and he's in.
He's
Was
gonna
he
have to stay
Sydney
on
or
one of
Melbourne?
those ragdoll cats. That's what he's gonna have to do.
Yeah. Is he in Sydney or Melbourne? I
He's
can't
in
remember. I think it's,
Melbourne.
yeah. Well,
He
see,
started
if
out
you,
at he started in Perth, and then they moved to Melbourne.
yeah. Hang on, I'll put it up. I am I am Betty J Gathers is her
Yeah.
channel. I'll just grab it and I'll stick it up. I bet you Tanya gets to it before I do. She always does.
I
There it
am
is.
Betty J Gathers. Yeah.
And there it is. Copy. Let's see who gets to it first. Let's see if I beat Tanya. No. Normally speaking, it's almost like Tanya's psychic. You say something and it's up before you finish your sentence. Dear.
Yeah, because I never thought I was going to be doing live. Honestly.
Do you see that? I put your
Yeah,
channel
I
up and
see
Tanya
it.
comes
I
straight
see
in.
it.
Yeah, we're straight away. But so yeah, so that's Betty's channel there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on, I'll put Tanya went to the effort. I'll put Tanya's. Oh gosh, but yeah, yeah. Sometimes I think watching a live, I watch a lot of videos, but I watch. To be quite honest, I don't watch very many paranormal ones anymore because uh, now that I know how to do certain things, like I've been to investigated places and stuff like that. When I watch the ones where they go to investigate, and you know that they're sort of pretending a little bit, like making things out to be there, I just can't watch them. So, but I like to watch. Videos where people tell stories about some experiences that they've had, like like near-death experiences, or where people say, "Oh, look, yeah, this happened to me." I love listening to movie stars talk about things. Keanu Reeves told a very lovely told a ghost story. He said when he was a little boy, the babysitter and he and his sister were obviously in the house that they lived in. I think he said it was New York. And he said he just sort of looked up, and through the doorway came like a man, but sort of just the top half of him, like sort of like a hat and a shirt, sort of floaty like that, and then it floated out. And he said he turned around and looked at the babysitter, and the babysitter's mouth was like wide open. And he said, I guess I saw what I saw then. So that was cute. But is everything all right there in the background, Colin?
Oh, what it is, he might as well let him back out because he's not gonna go to sleep.
Oh,
He's like a baby. Yeah, let him out because he hear me talking. It's fine.
Oh,
He'll go over there in his bed.
oh no, bring him on.
Yeah. Mike says Florida and Georgia are bored. Yep, right next to it. 6 sisters and brothers. Ah,
Yep, yep.
my father
And
was from Georgia.
Georgia always sounds nice, and I love the accent. I love, like, you've got an accent. So is yours a
Southern.
Georgian accent, a Southern accent? Yeah.
Southern.
Yeah, I love it. I love this. When I was there and I traveled through the South and through Kentucky and all that, there's different, like that. Everyone sort of starts to sound a little different, but I do love it when a Southerner says vehicle, the way they say vehicle, because they don't say vehicle, they say, I can't do it. But everybody knows, I just love it. I listen, I just love the accent. It's just something warm, something, I don't know, warm and fuzzy about it. That's what I like. Whoa. What did you do in St. Augustine?
Oh,
Ah, I
he
wonder.
said that was close to my sister, them in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, I'd like to go there one day. I've seen it on different videos. It looks really, really pretty.
Yes, St.
Ta-
Augustine.
yeah. Tanya says Betty's lives are 2:30 a.m. here. So sorry.
Sorry, yep, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I
Hashtag
know.
replay.
Yeah. But the good thing is you can always, if you just family vacation, okay, Mike. Yeah, it's sometimes I will put on, even though I haven't seen it the live. If I'm doing something else on my computer, I like to have a little bit of noise in the background. So often I'll just put someone's live on and listen, because I know I don't have to be in the chat or anything. I can just listen. And then, something funny happens and you look over and go, oh, okay. So that's how I catch up with a lot of people's lives. I rewatch.
Family vacation. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Hey, over in America, school holidays, you're with school holidays, I think, do all the kids go to school the whole year and then the holiday they get is the summer break? So you finish.
No, they get summer break, they get spring break. They get spring break. That's the first break they get, long break. Spring break, summer break, Thanksgiving time, and Christmas time.
Oh gosh, you get a lot of holidays. They
Yeah,
mustn't
they
go
get
to
a
school
lot.
much. Yeah, because over here the kids go to school nearly all year. They get 6 weeks off at Christmas, and
Oh,
then
okay.
so
They get 6 whole weeks.
6 whole weeks at
Oh my
yes.
God.
So school finishes, depending upon what year you are in school, it finishes around about the 19th of December, and they go back towards the beginning of February.
Oh my God.
So for some parents, that's a very long time.
Yeah. For my son, them it's a long time. They got 6 children there.
Oh,
That's got to be 6 whole weeks.
Oh, I saw the picture on your Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, my grandbabies. They finally got a girl.
Oh, my goodness. The little one, when you look at the picture, the little one to the side doing the real little cheeky face.
God.
Oh, my goodness. You just want to grab their cheeks. So has anybody got anything that they want to ask me today or anything like that? Because yesterday I was on and I talked about, goodness knows, everything. But if there's anything you wanted me to go over again or catch up on or anything like that, I am going to America in November, so I'll be there for the month of November in Virginia City. For those of you who weren't around yesterday, I'm going to the Nevada State Prison.
Oh, it's empty.
Oh, thank God. Yes, I don't want to go there. I don't think they're going to lock me up. I'm going there because a lady I know is going to be investigating for ghosties, and she's asked me to come along. And I'll be going to a lot of old historical buildings that I didn't see. There's actually, people go, there's not that much to see in Virginia City. There's actually too much to see. I've been there now twice and for a good amount of time, and still didn't see everything. So when I go back this time, I'll be going to a few buildings I never went to and that sort of thing. And that's kind of what I'll be doing. I did see someone put a post up today, which was very sad for me to see. Someone put a post on the Facebook from Virginia City. Some horrible, horrible man killed one of the wild Mustangs with what do you call it, like a crossbow? You know those things? So he shot the wild horse, the male, and the male horse obviously ran until it fell. But they got him. They followed the trail back and they arrested him. But what are they going to do? They've got him in jail for, and they say almost $12,000 American bail. But yeah, I don't know. It's I hate it when people hurt animals. I hate it.
Yeah.
But I'll be not feeding the wild horses when I get there, because you're not allowed to feed the wild horses. So I won't feed the wild horses, because that would be really bad if I fed the wild horses. And I won't feed the wild deer. If they come over and take food from my hand, what am I going to do? Yeah, it is horrible. Yes, Tanya. And it looked like it. And they showed his mug shot, Tanya, and he had a face like he didn't care. Like, I don't know what you call them. Over here we call them bloody, assholes. But yeah, he didn't look too intelligent. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Julie. Yes, we mustn't feed the wildlife. Oh, no.
I know, right?
I mean, if the wild Mustangs come near me and I happen to put down that food for the mules that I'm looking after, and if the wild Mustangs happen to trust me enough to come close and I've got to move out the way and they just take that food, because there's nothing I can do about it, okay? But the lady I'll be staying with, she's got special permissions and stuff, because she gets there's some kind of fundraising thing or something that assists with the wild horses, so she's allowed to do bits and bobs with them if she can. But yeah, so there you go. Animal abusers should get jail time, and you know what? Some
they
don't
do in America.
Oh, good. Well, I hope this guy does, because
they get jail time.
Yeah, but funnily enough, you can do something really horrible to another human being that they're no longer on the planet anymore. And I've seen it in America too, and it's the same here. You'll get, you'll be out in 10 years.
I know, right? Crazy.
It's crazy. So if they'll let you out after 10 or 15 years after you do something horrible to another human, what hope have the animals got?
I know.
But anyway, but that's a horrible subject. That's a horrible subject. I'll get off that subject. But yeah, so this week I've been working on an episode. I've been looking into a place. Have you ever heard of a place called Bobby Mackey's, Betty? It's in Wilder, Kentucky. It's in Wilder, Kentucky. It's just a place that they reckon is haunted. And I went there, but it's just an old building that probably really needs to be knocked down. It's really not. It's really like the floors are all crooked, and when you go downstairs, it's in really bad shape. It's probably time it went to heaven and they knocked it down, but that's not for me to say. But yeah, I felt more scared there that I might fall through the floor.
I'm glad you didn't fall through the floor.
No, I didn't. Yeah. But it's got, the building itself's got a really. I found, actually, I'll show everybody a picture if I can find it. Where did I put it? The building itself back in the day. No, it's not on there. Just a minute, I'll find it. Desktop. Bobby Mackey's. Where is the picture? Oh, that's probably the best picture. Get this one. I think I can share it on my screen. Yeah, this is more a drawing, not a picture. I did. Oh, this is the better one. That's the one. That's the one I want. Now let me come back to. I've got to learn to get better at sharing things. Share screen, but I'm learning.
I'm learning too. So, I mean, I'm slow. So I'll be like, I'm slow. I'm coming.
So hang on, I'll see if I can make that bigger. So that's what Bobby Mackey's looked like back in the day when it was called the Primrose Country Club. And the picture of the man up there is the son of the man who owned it. But that's what Bobby Mackey's looked like. And I'll show you what it looks like now. I haven't got a picture of it right now, but it looks nothing like that anymore. It's really, hang on. So back in the day, you'd go in there, of course, and there'd be meals and gambling.
Bobby Mackey, that was a designer, I think.
There's Mackey's. No, this bloke is a singer, a country singer or something from back in the day.
But you know, it could still be in the same family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be. Images. Come on, where's the picture of it now? Yeah, here we go. Where is it? I can't. Why isn't there a picture of it from the front? Because they're trying to show all the scary things. Oh, well, this gives you an indication anyway, but I can't. Where are we? Stop that screen and then present this one. Share the screen. Share. And this is what it's come to. So it's come from a really pretty looking building to just looking like an old shed. That's actually the back of it. When you, the front entrance is you guys can see my mouse moving. So this is the front, like the road at the front. So you go in the front. Okay. This is leads into the basement area. And this is the top part. Then up here, there's a little apartment. But yeah, look, it's probably time it went to heaven. It's not in good shape, you know. But yeah, I know, Kaz. It used to look beautiful. Hi, Kevin. It did. It was a really beautiful place, and parts of it had been knocked down over the years as well. But I think it's just because it's just been let go. So it's had a pretty rich history, that place. So I've been researching that to try and get to the bottom of some of the ghost stories.
Okay. Just be careful of the doors you open.
Well, yeah, I've got to be so careful, because when I go into this and then I look at things, I can quite easily prove that some of the things that they're saying aren't true, but then you've got to be careful what you say, because it's on a public platform. They probably make a lot of their money from the people that come in and pay $500 a night to see if there's a ghost there, right? And I'm not saying it's not haunted. Could have a ghost there. I mean, the mob owned it for a while after that man, like that. The mob brought it from him. Who knows what the mob got up in there? You know, they might have made concrete shoes there. So, but anything could have happened. But it's just really hard to actually, you know. I'm still very, very skeptical. I might say I'm Karen, you know, doof paranormal. But, yeah. Kevin just said it's in rough shape inside also. I think he said, yeah, it is, Kevin. It's really bad. Yeah, and it's still a bar. I sat on when I was in there, I went and sat on a bar stool against the wall, and I slid off because the floor's like this. The floor's not straight. So where the chair was, and I went to sit on the chair, I just kept sliding off the chair because the floor's all over the place. But anyway. What's happened to his head? Oh, no. Oh, because it's moving. It's moving because it's warm here today, so I've got the air conditioner on and it's just above my head, so it's blowing Side-Eye's head around a little bit. Oh dear. Yeah, the river probably has flooded a couple of times, Mike. So that could be it. But they're pretty high up. But still, that doesn't matter. If the river floods, it floods. But yeah, and I've had a look at some old maps, so it kind of shows you what was there before Bobby Mackey's was. Someone said it was not a slaughterhouse, that it was something different. But when I look at the old maps and overlay it with a current day map, it definitely was a slaughterhouse. So they definitely,
Mm-hmm.
but that got demolished. Like that was knocked down, and they just built
Mm-hmm.
a brand new building at the turn of the century.
Mm.
Let's have a look. Have I missed anybody? Did I say hello to you, Beth? Adventures with Beth.
Adventures with Beth.
Adventures with Beth. Beth goes on adventures.
Are there paranormal too, or do you know?
I don't know. I think Beth just goes on a lot of adventures. What do you do, Beth? Tell us again. I'm sure I subscribe to it. I normally subscribe to everybody that
Yeah,
subscribes
comes
to me
through.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't. It's no. You subscribe to somebody, it helps them out, and if you've got time, every now and then they pop up and you go, oh, that's interesting. I've subscribed to quite a few channels that do a lot of things on animals and nature, and I love just to watch that. There's, oh my goodness, who is it? I've forgotten for a minute who does it. Mountain something, I think, but I watched the other day. He had a live feed and of raccoons eating, and I sat there for ages and watched these raccoons eating food, little nuts and things. I thought, oh, how cute's that? Adventures with Beth is doing the paranormal at the moment, so yeah.
I
But
only
yeah,
have paranormal ATM. What's that?
at the moment,
Oh,
sure, at the moment, like
like
PRB,
ATM. I'm like, okay.
yeah, I know. ATM, get the money out. Hey, Rican, did I say hello to you, Rican? What was it? Yeah, share out people's channels. That's fine. I can't remember. I can't remember what you can write in here in my chat, but you can share. Anyone can share their channel. I just can't remember how I set it
Oh, I
up.
forgot to hit the join the chat. It's everything
Yeah,
too. So
yeah,
there
yeah.
we go. Uh-oh.
Oh, baby tortoises eating is real. I had a baby tortoise, and I used to love watching it eat. They're funny. Fairy Dragon, hello, welcome in. But yeah, I love animals. I love anything to do. If anyone who watches me knows I'm a bit of a nut job when it comes to animals. I did get, when I was in America, we visited as a group of people, my friends and I visited a few graveyards, and in one graveyard, the cemetery, huge cemetery, and at one of them, they kind of wandered off. They were doing something. But I hadn't realised they'd walked away because I was looking at the birds, at the ducks, and it was a squirrel, and I was looking at the squirrel, and so I was looking at the animals, and they've walked off, and they lost me because they didn't say, "Come on, Karen, we're going." They just walked away and left me. And so anyway, I finished doing whatever, and I turned around, and I thought, oh, where have they gone? So I wandered to try and find them, and but anyway, they found me eventually. They yelled out. I think I was lost for about an hour. But it was okay.
Well, let me tell y'all a little bit about me, even though I'm not on the paranormal side. When I was born, I don't know if you've ever heard, I was born in the 50s. And old people used to say when you're born, you have like a veil over your face. Have you ever heard that? They said when I came out, I'm so glad my mom told me about that birth, though. They said when I came out, I wasn't breathing. And then it was a home birth, but a doctor, MD, was there. And I came out with the veil over my face. And I guess at that time, they thought it was like life in it, because he said, shh, shh, everybody be quiet. And then they lifted it off my face. So, and that's when everything really started, though. And my mom knew that I had something, she never really talked about it, but she knew that there was something. And that's why I say, when you know you have something, you have to be so careful. And when I say opening the doors, meaning going into something that you may not expect. I've never been frightened before. I think what was it, last week? Last week was the first time something really, really happened, to me. I mean, I've had other amazing things, but I think that was a little scary. Just a tad about it, I guess. I opened the door. My dad been deceased since 1960. And I was talking about him. And about 3 or 4 people were standing around. So I didn't think anything about it. So I came home and I was standing, my husband thought I was crazy. He always thinks I'm crazy. And I was standing to the sink and I started singing, just start singing it now. Didn't know the words. And it just like, Daddy's home, Daddy's home to stay. I'm like, and I told my husband, I said, listen to me. I said, I ain't know these words. He thought I was crazy. He really did. But that was the most, he's come before. And it's been some years, but it was like I opened that door and talking about him, and I guess that's the door that opens up. So yeah, I do. I remember Heather went into the graveyard. I don't know if her father was buried in that graveyard or her brother, somebody, but it was a graveyard that was I don't know, it just looked so relaxing. Like it was the first, thing that I felt really in that. And here she's way over in Australia, and you're really feeling like there are people there. So that was really amazing to feel that when she went in that graveyard. So yeah. So it's there, y'all.
I think it's hi side eye guy. I think if you want to come in, just let me know. I'll send you a link. I know side eye guy is another creator, and he's got little children. Bless them, they're so cute when I hear them. They're just little, but sometimes it's hard for him to come on and say hello because the little kitties are keeping their daddy occupied.
I know about that.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I think, like you say, opening a door. It's like I'm not like you. I'm not. I don't think I am. As in, but I have had times where you will be thinking about someone who passed. You may even talk about them, like you did with your dad, and then something odd happens. Something strange happens shortly after, if not the same day, and you think, gosh, were they listening to me? Like you said with the singing. And it's just nice to know that on some level, which we're still yet to really find out how, and maybe we never will, but on some level, sometimes I think we come to the same, we're here, like we're down here, they're up there a little bit, and then every now and then that corridor of communication opens a little bit, and if you're sensitive enough,
it opens.
It opens and something happens. Little signs, but yeah, I don't know, little signs, but yeah, and it's kind of gives you hope. But then I guess it can happen in reverse too. You've got to be careful that, like you wouldn't want to go and visit Ted Bundy's grave and say, how you doing, Ted? You wouldn't exactly want to let him come in and say hello.
And like Tanya's saying, if you're in crystals, follow soul spirit. But I don't really get in depth with it and really don't talk about it that much, because I just think things attach to me too fast. So I really kind of stay back. I've never had like anything scary. I just, that time with that song, like,
well, that was weird.
I know. And then, my husband, my friend, she don't think I'm cray, but but I know he had thought I lost my mind and probably still do. And I remember too, I was looking up my family history, the back thing, and I can remember waking up in the bed and somebody was singing a song. It was a woman's voice, but it probably, that was a song that they sung to me when I was, very small, is what I'm thinking. So
yeah, I know. And the people in here know. Hi, Just One Night. Hi. I did go to Waverly Hills Sanatorium that's in Kentucky. That was a big tuberculosis hospital back in the when TB was really bad and killing people. And I was how can I put it politely? Okay, when I'm in these places, I talk a lot. And I tend to, if I'm in those places, I know that it was actually a happy place. It wasn't a horrible place. I mean, people were there because they were sick and people passed away, but it was a very nice place to be. It was beautiful. They were well looked after. You know, it was a good place to be. So if I'm somewhere, I'll kind of talk out loud, you know, to whoever might be there, and sort of like as if they're there. But I was walking up what they call the death chute. I was walking up that and filming, and I was singing. Not singing, like, I can't even remember what now. I don't even know what the tune was that I sung. and I stopped. I stopped singing because I was getting a bit puffed out because it's a very steep climb. And I heard the singing, and I thought my friend Cassie was singing, like copying me. And I said, "Oh, you're singing too?" And she said, "No." Oh, okay. And I dismissed it. I just must be hearing things, you know. But I looked at the film. I looked at the footage and not straight away. I didn't look at it until a little while ago. And Betty, I'm singing. I stop. Someone sings. And that's why I thought it was my friend Cassie. So something sang back. So something must have liked the fact that I talk too much and I also sing. but yeah, so I can't explain that. I can't explain that at all. But it made me feel positive. It wasn't a bad feeling. It made me feel positive, and I thought, well, there you go. I made someone's day wherever they were. They must have enjoyed the singing. I would dare say not very many people go there.
And it's all energy. It really is. We're all, and I always say that on my channel. We're all connected, y'all. It's energy. It's just, we're just trading it off on it, and it just keeps going.
It does.
Know? So
just one night says, and hello to your very flowery and pretty on-screen friend, Karen.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Betty. I haven't gotten people's names up there. I think those little name tags get in the way. But this is Betty. Betty has her own channel. So if you ever want to go and see Betty's pretty smiling little face, she's got the flowers on because I had the crown with the spider.
So I said, well, we'll let her be the queen for the day, and I'll get my flowers.
Yeah. So Tanya's just put up a link there to Betty's channel if you ever want to go and check her out. She's in Florida, so her time's
Florida.
Anyone on that side of the
only thing that I don't get into palm reading are the cards. I'm not in. And usually because Heather used to have the lady, I think, with the cards, and I never.
Moira?
I can't remember her name, but it wasn't. I don't know why, but it's just something that is in me that I kind of stay away from that, and I don't know why.
My mother used to read those, and when I was little, she taught me how to read those, and she taught me how to read tea leaves.
Okay.
But the thing about Moira, thanks, Dee. The thing about tarot cards is they're just cards, and upon the cards are little pictures. And the way the cards work, they're not fortune telling. It doesn't tell your fortune. You lay the cards out, and the energy from the person that touches the card, you lay the cards out, and the cards, when you know which cards connect to the others, tell a story. That's all they do. So then you tell a story, and in some way, shape, or form, it may well connect in some way to the person who you're reading the cards for. But too many people take that as gospel and it's my fortune. It's not a fortune telling thing. You're not telling someone their future. You're giving them, this is what the story says. Does any of that connect to you? Okay, and it's like a counseling tool. So then you say, well, here they're connected in this way. So it's up to you to make a choice. and it could go this way or it could go that way, but that's counselling. So, yeah, I don't put much faith in them at all. They're, I don't like them. And as for tea leaves, well, don't put much in that either. But, you know, some people do, but I don't. It's just, yeah, it's advice. It is advice. It's counselling. That's exactly what it is. And it's not even advice. You're not allowed to, in counselling, you do not give advice. In counselling, you listen and you ask questions that makes the person you're speaking to question and answer themselves. And so, yeah, you never, unless it's a close friend, you don't give advice. You can say, I would do this, but you can't tell anyone what to do because it's up to them. But, yeah, I'm not keen on those either, Betty. I'm or fortune tellers or psychics or mediums or it's very interesting because I think there could be something there, you know, like you say, it's like a veil, it's like a communication. There's something there, just don't know what, but you know, it is what it is. We all have our own opinions. Oh, just one night sub to you, I think.
Oh,
Betty.
thank you. Thank you.
Sure. There you go. So, yeah, but yeah, no, Betty's beautiful, guys. If you want to smile, you need to watch her. She's a cutie. I just wish I could remember, guys. I put a thing. I think it's just #share. Remember not what, Betty? I think it's just you go #share, and then I think your page will come up, like your link. I think that, but I could be wrong. I can't remember what I set up.
I don't think it was hashtag. Is it at I am Betty J Gathers? I think it may be.
Oh, yours is at. But you know,
it is, but I'm not sure.
Yours is at. But do you remember when we would tell people that they can put their using Nightbot or whatever, they could put their own link to their own channel in the chat by writing that in.
Okay.
Yeah, I just can't remember what I.
Yeah.
There are just one night subscribe to you as well, Adventures with Beth. So there you are. Everyone should just subscribe to everybody, and it'll be a happy world. There's one fellow on the YouTube I've subscribed to. He subscribed to me, and I subscribed back, and he is a delight. He's from the South. He's only a young man. He does Bible studies on a Sunday, and he shouts out. He's an adorable little thing, and I just watch him because he's adorable. He's got a really strong Southern accent, so strong that I can almost not understand it. But yeah, sometimes just because their content isn't necessarily something you would watch, but because they're a lovely person, you want to help them, you know. So I don't know, and it's just nice. Yeah, there's so many lovely people in the chat, like the amount of people in here today.
Oh my goodness!
Like they're all, yeah, they're just all lovely. Oh, night, Betty. Have a good sleep, and pleasant dreams. And I'll see you again, no doubt, next week when I'm here to talk about.
Oh my goodness, we got 20 people in here. My goodness.
Oh, have I?
Yes.
I'm excited. Look at that. Oh, thanks, guys. Oh, well, it's been a lot of people like to watch what we've got to say, obviously, Betty. There you go. But, yeah.
But I think I didn't have a word for it, but I think I'm more of an empath, though, because I feel a lot. You know, I can feel people, you know, their spirits around, if it's good, if it's, you know, that. Even my mom mentioned that one time, too. She would mention stuff every once in a while. But
try not.
Yeah.
You know how when you were, I know what you mean by the veil, because I've seen that on other babies. I mean, I'm a nurse. I've seen babies born. Sometimes there's that, you know, and it's sort of like it comes off like a veil. But do you think, like, sometimes when you're born that way, you know how they say, or there's an old saying that it's sort of like you you're looking through the curtains, like through the veil, back to where you came from when you pass.
Mm-hmm.
So you die and you go through a curtain and you take one last look back. I wonder if it's similar. It's similar. Like I like that you come into the world through a veil, sort of. Thanks, Mum. But you come through a doorway, you come through a window, you open into a new world, and like you had a veil that was still holding on to who you were before. And they say a lot of that too. They say sometimes if we've come from a previous existence with previous memories, within a few years, our previous memories that we may still have from our time here before dissipate and go away. And with other people, sometimes not so much. Sometimes people can remember things and get confused with their existence. It's such a mind-boggling concept, but yeah, it's interesting. Silver. I'll tell you what I'm doing for Halloween in a minute. Just one night. Whatever happened to the silver cord? Don't hear much about the silver cord.
What was that? I can't remember.
I don't know. What was it again?
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. It's nothing. I'm glad you're keeping an eye on things, Betty. Sorry, I feel
a little bit. That's a little bit. But yeah. It's been with me all my life, so it's nothing. It seems like the older I get, look like it gets more fine-tuned is what it is. So,
well, I know that I'm not scared of leaving this planet.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah, like if like I'm not at all scared of death. Just not. But like I said, I think I said this yesterday, I am worried about how I go. I am worried about how I go, but I'm not worried if I go, because I think wherever I'm going, is, I just sort of think, oh, well, my son will be there, so that's a plus. And if that means I can be with him, that'll be good. But yeah, I kind of, in some ways, because I can't imagine why anyone would want to live forever. You hear people say, oh, I'd love to live forever. No, you wouldn't. All your friends die. All your family dies. Why would you want to live forever? And the world changes so much. It's changed in our lifetime, Betty. It's changed in some ways for the good, but in a lot of ways not so good. Like people have lost their connection. Lost, and now we connect through this, which is really weird. What's Dee saying? Let's a second. Chip Copy has a show about kids. Remember past lives. Great show. Scary how accurate. Oh, that Chip Copy. He's a funny thing, isn't he? He's a medium, I think, or a psychic. Chip Copy is a funny little man, and he's got glasses. And I can't do an American accent, but he talks funny. But yeah, it is interesting. I've watched it. That's what I was saying earlier on in the thing, and telling Betty what I sometimes watch. I don't necessarily watch paranormal investigators much anymore, only because now I watch a lot of it and I go, like, it's just rubbish. You can't possibly get that much in a place when they go in, like things flying off shelves and all this sort of stuff. But I do enjoy watching documentary type shows or whatever on people who are talking about near-death experiences, or experiences like Betty was telling before, strange things that happen where they might be thinking about a loved one and then something happens and it's as if the loved one is there, or past lives, like you think, geez, how did they know that? Like I've seen a couple. I saw one past life story on a little boy who thought he was on the Titanic. And I thought maybe, but also you've got parents who were continuing on and encouraging the thing. For all we know, that little boy could have been easily sitting watching mum and dad watching something, and something's impressed on his mind. So you've got to be really, really, that one didn't sit with me very well. But I've watched a few where children have gone back to places that they didn't know and know people that they shouldn't know, and it's very, very interesting. But We're never going to know, really, are we, Betty, until we've gone. Oh, here, Tanya's found it out. She's good at that. She's my little researcher. The silver cord has different meanings depending on the context. It can refer to life-giving linkage from a higher self down to the physical body. Oh, maybe like, what's that other thing with all the colours? Your chi or something, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I suppose it's kind of like our link to our mothers when we're born through the umbilical. I can never say that word.
Umbilical cord.
Thank you. Oh gosh, it's probably something like that because we're connected directly to our mother until such a time as that's cut. So
and
that's
it's never cut. I always tell people it's never cut.
No, and it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
But
I
certainly,
think the person that came to sing, I don't think it was my mom. I'm thinking it was my grandma. That's who I'm thinking. I don't think my mom ever came, but I think the person that was singing over me on the bed was my granny. So yeah,
I reckon grandmothers are good like that. even when my grandparents were alive, my grandmother would be more like that than my own mother.
Mm-hmm.
Chakra, that's what I'm thinking of. Adventures with, yes, there's aura. Adventures with Beth just said aura. Yes, where you say you look at someone and you can see like an aura. Yeah, but chakra, where they say that, you know, you've got a chakra for your stomach and a chakra for it's very confusing. So I don't know, but I just like to go with feeling and, you know, oh, just one night, go and enjoy your backyard or your dog's beauty yard time. And yeah, look, I don't know what's the time. Oh gosh, it's 1 o'clock. Where's Heather? She should be home from work by now.
Have the time.
Yeah.
Have the time.
But I'm just chuffed that Betty decided to come and say hello.
I know everybody, because I usually go to bed early, and they're like, "Huh? What? She must be special because they know me."
Oh, I am special.
I used to do it that first year, and I got so tired. Until now, I have a time to get off of YouTube and and call it a day. Is what it is. So yeah.
I'm looking at your hair. I love your hair. I love the color and I love the curls. My hair's very curly. If I like my hair's but not.
You might see it red. You might see it black. You might see it blue. You might see it straight.
But it looks pretty.
As I get, as you get older, really, I have fun. Really. And just grateful that I have vitality. And I really didn't think about it till somebody said the other day, "Oh, she can't do it because she almost 70 years old." And I'm like, I don't say it that way.
How dare they say that?
Oh God. It was hard when I turned 60. Then after 60, because you're like, I can't live another 60 years. How did I get here? And then after you pass, I don't know what was 70, but age never bothered me. I'll tell my age in a heartbeat, but something happened at 60. It wasn't like I still would say my age, but it's like, oh shoot, we can't live another 60.
No, you do, don't you? Because I'm 60. So what are you? You're 70?
67.
67. Yeah, I didn't think you were 70 yet. But yeah, it's kind of like you get to a certain point, and when I turned 60 and maybe when I was 59, you just start to think a little bit differently. Like you realize physically everything's going to hell. Like you got to really work hard at keeping everything okay. But yeah, it's just kind of like your attitude towards a lot of things just changes. Like it's kind of like, and then you think, how did I do this first 60? Like, how did I even get here? Like, and yeah, you don't want to be here for another 60 years. Like, yeah, nah, yeah. So
not ready to leave, but nope. Nope. Usually the people I find that's really, really healthy, at my age, I had a neighbor, and she stayed by herself until she was 90 something. Usually, most people have that really, really good health, and usually they start falling off around that 90 something. The doctor's
Yeah.
talking about, well, Betty, don't you think it's time? I said, no, it's not time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just blessed. I'm telling you, all the ones that's younger to have your health. You cannot have nothing can replace health. Money, nothing can replace.
No.
So if you're young, start taking care of yourself really good, because it's gonna pay. It will pay off. You
Yeah.
know, I jogged all my life. Always was moving. This is now is probably the most weight I've had. I need to get that on off and be done. And just take care of yourself, you know, and then you'll keep that vitality. Don't keep all them old clothes either from 50 years ago.
No, throw them away.
You look like an old frumpy woman or man.
And look, that's the thing. I got a little bit of a health fright. Oh, well, when I say health fright, because I was struggling. I thought it was all, you know, you get to a certain age and the hormones kick in and you can't throw the weight and things like that. And I thought, oh, gosh, you know, it didn't matter what I did. Turns out that they did some blood tests and they said that I was insulin resistant and that I could quite possibly be heading in towards type 2 diabetes. And I went, no. And that was it. It is reversible. But then they told me that was it. I went in, I looked at all the keto things and eating, just cut out all the carbs, all the sugars, all the
need to do.
And the weight has come off. And I feel much healthier. Because you don't want to get old and sick, you know. And I've nursed, and you've probably seen it too. You know, people get to a certain age and they're overweight and circulation isn't good, so they get sore feet and type 2 diabetes, and then which leads to, you know, type 1 diabetes. And the amount of people I have looked after that have lost limbs because of diabetes.
Yeah, that's usually what ends. And then I know people usually when they lose limbs, they tend to give up.
Yeah. And then I remember one after a man. Now, I was only 30. To me at the time, he seemed, I would have known his age at the time because I was nursing him, but from memory, I think he was probably about 55. He had diabetes that was type 2 and had turned into type 1. He was a pastry chef. So he was the chef that would make all, you know, like chocolate eclairs, and like he was a pastry chef. And we said to him, you've got to stop, because he lost a leg. He had a leg amputated, and the dietitian come to him and said, it's this, you've got to stop, you've got to stop, you've got to stop. Yeah. But then I think he might have just given up because he was back a year later. The other leg had to come off. It's kind of like either you want to be healthy and you really want to try hard, and it is hard, or you just give up and can't be bothered and think whatever, you know. So it's a bit, it sucks. Dee's worked in aged care. Here for a good time, not a long time. I think I'd like to be here for a good time and a long time, but not a really long time.
Yeah. They're talking about aura now in there. What do y'all think?
Yes, I can see that. They're talking about some glasses. I have been watching, guys. So Gansfield experiment goggles. Oh, golly. And then
chemical.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put anything over my eyes and trick my brain. Your brain's tricking. I was always, when I learned in nursing about our vision, and I was always confused. I still can't work it out, but our eyes actually see everything upside down. So everything we're looking at initially is upside down. It's the eye and the back that flip it, and we see it the right way up. And I'm thinking, why would you see anything upside down to begin with? But it's how our brains work. So, you know, but here we go. Tanya's asking Maiko something. What is a TNRP? I don't know. What is it, Maiko? Start talking about all this crazy stuff. You better be telling us what it is. What's a dream machine? A dream machine. Let's see. A dream machine. I would say Zac Efron is a dream machine. I would say in his younger days, Denzel Washington was a dream machine. Denzel's getting a bit old now, but he still looks good. That's the dream machine, isn't it? Or was it a basketball team? Do you remember? Oh, of course you remember the Harlem Globetrotters.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a little girl, they came out here in the early 70s. And I just remember we went to see them do their thing, and I was like, and then, of course, the Harlem Globetrotters were on an episode of Scooby-Doo. He hasn't answered us yet. Projecting too far, the feeling at first of little plucks on a cord, then fingers far and dark. Oh, no, start dreams, walking, talking. What are you on about, Puerto Rican? What have I missed?
I've been trying to figure out what. That's what the feeling at first, or perhaps little plucks on the cord. They talking about that golden cord or whatever cord.
They could be. They're having their own little chinwag in the chat, you see. They don't care about you and me anymore. We're just here.
Cat has gone to the cuckoo.
All right. What about? I still don't know what a dream machine is, Marco. What's a dream machine? Apart from good-looking men, what is a dream machine?
What do you think about, like, smudging your house and stuff? What do you think about that? Smudging?
Oh, well, I don't know. I always wonder, how can sage, just the smell of sage, how can that ward off anything?
I guess they say the Indians used to use it.
They did.
And
so therefore there could be, it's probably more a mindset thing, that should you do that in your own self, you feel you've cleansed something. But I think if I were a spirit and I was somewhere nearby, I would just hold my nose. I think
I hold your nose and
I just hold my nose and wait for the music play. I don't. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Now I'm. Oh, okay. You're talking about the new reality. It's all right. I'm getting there, Betty, with who they're talking. They're talking about another paranormal group. It must have been. Oh, hang on. Now I know.
I got a stick, and that thing wouldn't burn. Palo Santo. I got it now. I tried to burn it. That sucker would.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've got a big stick of white sage, and I thought, you know what? If I had any ghosts or spirits close by, I don't want them to go away. They could be looking after me. They can hang around. That's okay for me. So long as they don't interfere and do anything silly. Now I know what they were talking about. There's a team of paranormal investigators. When I was in Virginia City in September last year, I had to laugh. I think they look ridiculous. But there was some paranormal investigators that had goggles on, and they had like a little red light. So and they've got the goggles on, and they've got headphones on, listening to radio feedback so that they can just listen and speak. But I have to say, it looks like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I just thought to myself, what a load of rubbish. And it just makes people look silly. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Apparently these goggly things are supposed to help you do something. I don't know what it is, but anyway, they look like a whole heap of snake oil to me. But they do the Estes method. The Estes method is where you put headphones on, and through that you listen to radio signals that go really fast, and you close your eyes and you can't hear people out talking. You can only hear the radio, and you just repeat what you can hear on the radio. Then people outside of you ask questions. So they might say, "Can you tell us your name?" And very seldom you'll hear someone say, "Robert." You never hear a name. Like, if I don't know, I've never heard anyone's. I have heard names, but you know what I mean. So it's fun. I've done it. I have done the Estes method where it's kind of fun. And you get quite relaxed, really, because your eyes are closed. So you sort of get relaxed and you're just repeating the words you hear. So it's sort of interesting, but these goggle things are funny. I just think they look funny. Sorry, Michael, I just really do. I think they look funny. I wouldn't be wearing the goggles, thank you, Regan. I look stupid enough. I don't need to put goggles on to enhance it any. But there you go. What did Beth say? What did I miss? Beth. Oh, my daughter passed her MA test today with the highest score in her class. I'm so proud of her. Well, that's really clever.
Proud of her too.
What's MA? What's MA? Masters? What's MA?
What's an no idea.
Past term, I don't know. Just tell us what it is, Beth. Let's see. Gansfield goggles, but he's okay. Oh yeah, look, all of the goggles are just confusing me. Just medical assistant. Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that's really good.
Really good.
All right. All right. What else? Oh, yes, I saw. Oh, there's so many people, Betty, have invented these things. Like people are trying to invent things to help communicate with the other side. I don't know. I seem to still think go with the human body, go with what you feel, and
that's
if you're lucky, and if you're lucky, if you're lucky enough to speak out loud and hear someone talk back, to me that's something special. If something through whatever has decided to pick you to communicate with, like I audibly heard that singing, for example. To my knowledge, the others did not hear it. Only I heard it. So it's kind of like whatever that was that sang, because I sang, was aiming at me. And I felt very special, so I still don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But you know, Adventures with Beth. She's talking about continuing to be a nurse now. Yep, a nurse is a good. Yep.
My sister's a registered nurse. She's been it forever.
Yeah, it can get nursing which it did for me, can get very stressful sometimes.
She's at the end of it, I can tell you that.
Yeah, you get to a point where you don't want to do it anymore. But it's but then that's when you can use those things you have learnt to go in a different direction and still use that nurturing nature. I think what happens now a lot, Betty, I don't know what it's like in America, but a lot of young girls and boys go into nursing because it is easy generally to get into nursing, but a lot of them don't go in for the reasons that people used to back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, they go in because it's easy. They go in because it's a job, but they don't go in because they really have that nurturing, like that they want to help people, which is sad. Some do, some absolutely do, but a lot don't. So that's why sometimes when you go to a hospital, you've got young people and you think, oh my God, you couldn't nurse your way out of a plastic bag. But honestly, they've got no bedside manner. They don't care. They're looking at their watches. They're pulling out their phones, so. But there you go. What's too depressing for you, Dee? What did I miss?
They have the wrong attitude. Maybe she's talking about the machines or whatever they're inventing.
Who has the wrong attitude, Dee? Oh, the nursing these days, perhaps? Yeah, because Dee's
that might be, yeah.
You do come across nowadays. You do come across some great nurses, young ones, but they're few and far between. And it's a shame because I guess they want to have a job. Nursing is a job that will never go away because humans will always need doctors and nurses. But yeah, you've got to want to do it. Otherwise, you're no good at it. But there you go. All right, people. Oh, my goodness, I've been talking for an hour, or we have been talking for an hour and a half. So what time is it? It's 11:30. It's getting late for you, Betty.
I'll go when I'm tired. I'll
All right
go.
then.
Yes, I will.
I don't want to be. I do not want to be responsible for you being
No,
too
you
tired.
won't be. Believe me. It'll be a long time before I do it again. Oh, you better. What does it say? Oh, I tell you.
Black is joining soon. What? What am I? Oh, Black Cat. All
Who's
right. I
that?
don't know what anyone in the chat's talking about
I
half the
know
time.
somebody said you're a medium. Somebody, I don't know who that. Who's a medium? Then
Who's
you're a
the medium
medium.
wreaking
I
havoc?
don't know. It was Recon wrote that. So Recon, who is the medium?
Hmm. Dee says it seems that most young people have wrong attitude to in the workforce, no customers. But you know what? With customer service, and Betty will appreciate this, and so will a lot of other people who might be around our age group. When I was young and got my first job working in a store, it was drummed into us. The customer comes first. The customer is always right, even if they're wrong. But if you are doing something in the store, like putting things on a shelf or ticketing something
Uh-huh.
or cutting up some meat to put on a tray for display,
Mhm.
anything like that, the minute a customer is behind you, you stop.
Mhm.
Nothing is more important than serving that customer and making sure that they're served quickly and happily go on their way. Nowadays,
Mhm.
you go into a store, you're lucky to get served quickly.
I
If,
know.
if you go to a delicatessen in the big stores and you're waiting for them to see you because you want some cold cuts that are in the thing, they just or they keep doing what they're doing, and I think, oh my goodness, roll in your grave. Like customer service isn't very good anymore, but
Uh-uh.
it's probably because the businesses themselves don't teach that anymore. It's not the customers always first, or it's more about just let the customers serve themselves. They can wait. You need to get that done. It's very, very different. What does Black Cat say?
That's
Black
true.
Cat says, "Oh, how did I get? Hi, Grumpy Bear."
I
Black Cat
did.
says, "I'm a hairstylist. People are mean to us."
Mhm.
Oh well, we've got to be mean to the hairstylist. I actually find hairstylists are more mean to each other, to be honest. It's to use a word, bitchy.
Mhm.
It's a very bitchy profession.
Mhm.
Women can be horrible to other women in their hairstyling business,
Yeah.
in the business. But I'm sure you're not a bee, Black Cat.
Mhm.
um, Yeah, I have seen a lot of people. My daughter was learning to be a hairdresser, so I
Uh-huh.
would personally go to where she was learning to get my hair done. And you do see a lot of people come in to get their hair done and are really, really mean, like rude. I would simply
Yeah.
and say, you know what, I'm probably not the right person to touch or cut your hair. You need to go somewhere else.
Mm.
Like, you just tell them to go. I would. But then other people say, "Oh, you can't do that. It's money." And I think it's money I could do without, because
Mhm.
it comes with you. You have to put up with a toxic person for a good hour or more if you're colouring their
Mhm.
hair. No, I don't go
Yeah. A lot
away.
of people are hurting. A lot of people are in pain. Some people just nasty anyway. But
Some
uh,
people are just. You
yeah.
can actually. You probably absolutely are the person to talk about this, and probably a few people in chat too. I often find, because of nursing, that is one thing. You can get a patient who can be really horrible, like this pillow is uncomfortable, this bed's whatever, and be really rude. And it just takes them, and you'll have other nurses or whatever go, oh God, can you look after that patient? They're so rude and demanding and
Mhm.
whatever. And I would go in and I would say, so I'd go up and I'd say, hey, and they'd start with the grumpy. And I'd go, yeah, I can do that. And I'd say, can I talk to you for a second? It doesn't work with everyone. Every now and then you just get a nasty person. But on the whole, that person, that patient is petrified, frightened, scared. upset, unwell, so many, or unsupported, may not have any family supporting them at their time where they're in the hospital having something done. And it just takes 5 to 10 minutes to spend with a human being and say, I'm here, talk to me, where I can help, I will help. Like, it's okay, I'll get all these things for you sorted out, just give me time. And often that's enough to de-escalate the person and realize that they're being listened to, and we're hearing them, and they're happy with that, and then they'll settle down and become okay. Because people forget, some people, like you say, are having a really bad day, something really bad's happened, and you might say something that just triggers them and they bite, and it's not because they're really angry with you, it's because something really horrible has happened to them, and that's when they snap. Not all the time. There still are some nasty people out there, but usually, I sort of say just walk in their shoes for a few minutes and think about it from their point of view, and then if they're still nasty, and it happens, they're still nasty, they're still horrible, then you just take turns looking after the horrible topic. Let's have a look. What else have I missed on? That was my rant. We had to dodge flying false. Oh, gee, yes. I don't know. Have you ever worked in aged care, Betty?
No.
I
don't think I'm the person for working with older people.
No, I remember when this is a bit gross, but I'll tell the story anyway. I remember working in aged care, and Dee has just referred to the finger painting.
Oh, God.
Bless their souls. I mean, they've lost their minds, but we would go in and it would be atrocious. You'd have to gown up, get gloves on, and there'd be feces everywhere because and I think I am 100% positive that this poor person, if they were still in their right mind, firstly, it wouldn't have happened. But in their right mind, if you could give them a crystal ball to show them how they would be 5-10 years down the track, I'm really out. I would say, please just end it all for me. I don't want to be drawing on the walls.
That's what I say. I'll find me an end of life doctor. Just give me some pills so I can go to sleep.
Yeah, just give me one last. I would like a lovely cake or a yummy iced pudding, a beautiful roast meal, a nice, something nice to drink.
Then give me my pills.
Yeah, and then give me my pills, and I'll see you in the next world. Yeah, Black Cat, a few of my children have special needs. So, that's a lifetime commitment to the special needs.
That's a whole different ball game.
So that's what keeps me busy. But I'm lucky that my children with their special needs aren't as severe as most. As they say, you can always, the grass is probably greener on my side than it is for you, for example. But I certainly understand. Like, there's so many things, but just be kind to everybody and try and walk in other people's shoes for a minute. If someone says something offhanded to you, stop for a minute, take a breath and think, what did they just say that for? And if it can be explained, because, say, hey, what's up? And just ask. Sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you just really want to punch somebody. Sometimes you just, exactly, Betty. Look at that style.
I don't get mad with nobody out there now. Because anybody can say anything they want to me. Even if they was in the wrong, I'll say I'm sorry. Like, I am not messing with nobody. I'm telling people, don't be fussing with them other people. People crazy now. People get mad with you. You just say I'm sorry, and you just continue on.
I sometimes, I've had things happen to me, even recently. I've had things happen to me that I think, why was that person so nice to me, and why have they been so nice to me, and now they're not talking to me? Like, what have I done? And you get very confused, and then you get angry because you think, hang on a second, I was a really good friend to you. I've done nothing wrong. Why aren't you talking to me anymore? And then you get to a point where you think, you know what? You can eat yourself up. You're never going to get an answer. You either think, okay, so I was taken for a ride. Somebody took advantage of my goodwill, and that's what that is. But sometimes it's hard to let go because you think, ooh, and then you get angry, and then it's like, ooh, and then you've got to go, no, getting angry even makes me upset, so just cut it off. So I have a tendency, if somebody does something to me too many times and makes me upset too many times, I just cut them off.
Oh yeah.
I will not speak to them again. I won't do anything again. That's it.
Easy.
End of story. What's Black Cat telling me? Black Cat's sister was special needs, and her son's amazing, but he has gone through so much. He had, my daughter has Asperger's, and he has an IQ of Einstein, and nobody understands him. Asperger, my daughter has that, Black Cat, and it's a different language. It's black and white. So you can't talk to them the way we talk to each other now, because they take everything as you say, like black and white. So you've got to be very, very clear. But I love people. I love people with Asperger's. They're brilliant. What's his name? Elon Musk. He's got Asperger's.
Oh, he does, huh?
He does, yeah. Elon Musk has got Asperger's.
I wonder what's wrong with him.
I don't know, but there's a lot of clever people with Asperger's, and there's a lot of ADHD. Oh dear. But yeah, look, life can hand you lemons. What's the old saying? If life hands you lemons, make lemonade.
Make lemonade, because you never know what you're gonna get.
That's right. Yeah, people with, did Einstein have Asperger's? Well, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, a lot of brilliant people do, and that's why they're able to confine themselves to one thing and one focus on doing things without distraction, because they don't like to be distracted. They don't like noise. They don't like. Oh, some do, but mostly they're like very happy on their own.
Okay.
Very happy in their own little cocoon. They still like their loved ones around, but they can also entertain themselves for a longer amount of time. That's what I found anyway. But there you go. Yeah, I like Einstein. And kids I had to take my children out of regular school because people don't understand and can be cruel. So my children ended up at a school for people with special needs. Brilliant. Everyone brilliant. So sometimes, it's better to have them with people that are the same, if that makes sense, because they don't get moved. And at the end of the day, they're quite clever. And I don't know. Even people. Oh, I've gone blank. Cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Cerebral palsy. The amount, because I used to I've looked after a few people with that, but in particular, there was one young boy I used to look after with that, and I would take him out to the shops and whatnot. And the amount of people that will walk past, see at the corner of our eyes, and then like not look, like not engage in any way. And although he couldn't speak properly, their brains are perfectly functioning. There's nothing wrong. They're not slow. They're not. They're still got they know how to. They can communicate. They've just got to have the stuff to help them communicate, which is really good nowadays. But yeah, I always make an effort of talking to people. If I just make an effort, because it doesn't hurt to be kind to people, and it gives you a nice warm fuzzy feeling inside to see someone smile. So
nice warm fuzzy feeling.
Oh, Mike, you've got someone on the spectrum as well. It's very common nowadays. I won't go into it on the YouTube, but I used to poo-poo at the idea that certain things that we have to get given when we're little to stave off diseases. I can't say the words because we're on the YouTube.
Yeah.
I poo when people would say it causes autism. But I've since researched a lot of stuff and spoken to a lot of friends that are doctors and looked at how they made these things back then. And now, with the amount of people that are coming out, like younger people with these things, it's happened before that too, though. It did happen way before all that. But it's interesting. That's all I'll say. It's very interesting, the numbers and how some of the stuff that was put in those things does coincide with things that can do things to the. It's just very interesting. So, but there's nothing we can do. We're like sheep. We have to do as we're told, or we'll go to jail or something. Yeah. But But yeah. So what have you got planned for tomorrow, Betty? It's Friday night there, isn't it? So
yeah, it's Friday night. I don't know yet. I'll just wing it and see which way it goes.
just have some fun.
It won't be no Another Lives. Oh yeah, I have my premiere. That's right, 12 p.m. noon on Sunday.
Yes.
So yeah, I got that. Yeah. So
I'm just going to. I think I might go out in my garden, fiddle around there. I've decided I might make another archway because I've got 3 archways in my backyard. But I brought some jasmine, and so I think I might plant the jasmine and put an archway right in the middle of my yard, but like two arches on top of each other, so it's like a circle, if that makes sense, like one arch and then the other arch that way over top of it, and then plant my jasmine and let it grow up and over, and then I'll put a bird feeder in the middle.
Okay.
And I might plant some plants at the bottom. It'll be one of my things. That's it. In the end, you won't be able to even walk on grass in my backyard because there'll just be but I do like going out in my garden now because it's spring time here, and so there's bees everywhere and the birds are coming in to eat all the pollen out of my flowers. It's just a beautiful time here. Yes, I've got frogs, Dee. I do have frogs because I've got 3 ponds in my backyard. So I've got one pond that's near the back door. That's with my big fatty Bumba goldfish. And then I've got 2 regular goldfish in a pond in what I call my meditation garden. And then I've got just another little pond. It's only little. It's about 3 feet in diameter. And it's got water in it. And it's got all trees growing over it, but it's just frogs. So lots of tadpoles at the moment. And the other day I moved a few things around and some little frogs jumped out from underneath. So I like my frogs. And I've got fairies in my garden.
Oh, I like fairies. I like fairies.
Yeah, I love my fairies. And I don't know if I've got any other little critters. I'm being very careful this year though about snakes because they're probably
snakes.
We have snakes here. So I'll be very, very wary of those. But they're pretty good too. Even a snake, if it hears you, will run and hide. Like it's unless up through my garden and accidentally step on it, it will probably run, But the only thing is I have my pet birds, so I've got to be aware that the snake.
So when it gets cold, you have to take the birds inside?
Yeah, well, I do it both. If it's really, really cold, I bring my birds in at the night time. I've got I'll take a picture of it later and just pop up a picture. But I've got like a tree inside, which is an old tree that someone's turned into like a bird stand. And if it's really, really cold or really, really hot, I will go and get my birds and I'll put them in. They've all got to get along. There's rules. There's no fighting in my house. So all the birds will share the bird stand thing and there's feed there and stuff because, I love my birds. I don't want them to cook or anything. But yeah, let me see. Hang on, I'm just... I like fairies too. Black cat likes fairies, and children. I think what Black cat. I think it was Black Cat that says kids have no filter. Kids have no filter, and neither do people with Asperger's or autism. Oftentimes they speak, and they're speaking truth, but they don't realise that it might hurt someone's feelings. So they don't. They like you or I. Someone might say to me, "Oh, gee, Karen, that dress looks nice, but next time maybe wear the red one, you know. Whereas my daughter will go, Mum, don't wear that dress. That's terrible. You look fat in that.
Well,
and you think, oh my God. Whereas someone else would word it a bit differently, you know.
Yeah.
But they're not lying. They're just being, you know. But there you go. Last doctor I was in a sissy, as in sister. Black Cat, your sister passed away, or it says my sissy, so I'm assuming sister. I'm sorry she's gone.
Yeah, sorry.
And if she said to get a fairy tattoo, then you better. Just get you don't have to get a big one, just get a little one. A tiny little one.
Always get a temporary one if you're not sure which one.
Yeah, that's true. Just get a stick-on one.
Yeah, for now, and then find, take your time and find another one.
Maisie's asking me what temperature is too hot. If it's more than, say, 38, like up to 38, I can keep them in the shade and maybe just put on a bit of mist, like give them a little bit of plenty of water to have a bath in, because birds are hardy. But if it gets up much over that, I mean, I wouldn't want to be out in 40-degree heat. I don't know what that is in American, but it'd be 100 something, like what these summers are you've been having, Betty. Like, I would not leave my animals out, because when you see the wild birds starting to drop, and they do when it gets too hot. That's why my backyard also has the ponds and lots of I've got lots of bird baths, and in summertime, if it's really, really stinking hot, I put on a sprinkler. I put on a misting sprinkler so that the wild birds can come in and keep cool. But yeah, so I just bring them in. It's better to be safe than heartbroken. And the same, they're pretty hardy with the cold. Up here, I'm pretty lucky it doesn't get cold too much. So not so much I bring them in for the cold, but the heat, I try to protect them. You know, I'd hope someone would bring me in from 40-odd degree heat.
I would think so.
Night, Mike. Thanks for calling in. You know me, talk about anything, kitchen sink, the lot. So it's all good. I'm going to end this soon anyway, because Betty's got to get to bed, and I need to go out in the backyard and start inventing something new in my backyard. Although it is a bit hot out there today, I don't know if I will go out there yet. It was warm.
Betty is going to take a shower and
go to bed.
Yeah, well, probably stay up for a little bit and then proceed on to bed.
Yeah, I am a bird mum, Black Cat.
Poop everywhere. Birds poop.
Yeah,
poop.
Poop. Yeah, they do. They're pretty messy. They're pretty messy.
Yeah, I know about
Yeah, or you get them inside and they'll be on your shoulder, and they wait till they're on your shoulder till they go poop. It's like, oh God, so yeah, I don't know. No, Mike O. Sorry, Mike B. Mike B.
What y'all talking about?
I'm still
here.
Hey, Mike, have you got any pets? I'm sure you said you did. I'm sure you told me you had a dog. Dee says it's 28 degrees there. I'll tell you, I'll do the thing because I can never remember. What is it? Celsius to Fahrenheit. Celsius. I can't even spell Celsius to Fahrenheit. Oh dear. Sometimes I can't smell. Celsius is today it's 28, where D is in Victoria, so it's 82 Fahrenheit. So what I was saying before is when it gets up to about 40 here, it's 104 for you.
Lord.
So once it's 40, that's a bit hot. But we get last year we had 46 some days, and I think America, you've just gone through a horrendous.
Gone through the roof.
It's a grand final today, Dee.
Huh?
It's grand final day, which is our.
Oh yeah, Dee said that. Somebody else said it too, and somebody else said that.
We're just trying to see if
they'll say, "Are they calling me Dee?" No, call you Dee. Yes, the AFL. Oh, girl,
Yeah.
that 4 cats and a dog. Oh, see, I couldn't take that many.
All I'll say is, can the pies. Can the pies. That means come on the pies. Can
I
the
can't
pies.
even imagine even having 2 dogs. One is,
Oh,
ooh,
Shona, where's
that's been more than enough.
I'm just. My uncle, I was telling everyone the other day, my uncle who passed away, barracked is the word we use here in Australia, followed the Collingwood football team. And this was his little Collingwood football dolly. I don't know who. Jamie Elliott, if anyone follows Collingwood and knows who Jamie Elliott is. But Jamie Elliott, so you push a button and it talks. Hang on.
Jamie and the pies, what a combo. Oh, your fingers are cold.
It just says, oh, your fingers are cold. I don't know.
Jamie and the pies, what a combo. That booty doll's got nothing on me.
It just says a whole heap of stuff, but it goes off randomly, and I don't know how they make these things to do it, but in the morning, this will go off and say, oh, can someone make me a cup of tea? And then when it's getting late, it says, come on, turn the lights off, I'm tired, and things like this. It's the funniest thing, but I like it. So I hope Collingwood wins for my uncle's sake. Oh, dear. Black Cat's got 4 cats and a dog. I've got 3 cats, 2 dogs. I did used to have horses or ponies. I had little miniature ponies, the little ones. They were gorgeous. But yeah, I love animals. I'm settling down a bit now, though, with animals. Like once all these ones pass away, I don't think I will personally replace my dog or anything like that. Because I'm getting old.
Honestly.
Yeah. Oh, Kiss are performing at the grand final. You know how at the your football you have someone perform before the game. We've got Kiss. So Dee says they're singing, I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. They had some good music back then, didn't they? Music's a bit weird nowadays. Every now and then you get a few good songs.
Yeah.
Yes, Steve, Collingwood, can the pies. I don't even follow football. I'm just doing it for my Uncle Billy, okay? Oh, dear. Are you off, you Black Cat? Are you going? Yes, she is. The Black Cat is off, so off to trot, get some sleep, and I'm going to probably trot off. I've had enough. My throat's dry. I think I want some food. I definitely want to see how my backyard's going. I definitely need for Betty to go and relax a little bit before she hits.
I had a great night. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here with me, Betty. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Fun. Yeah.
So I want to say good night to everybody there in chat. Mike B, you behave yourself and let me know how you go with your tests. I don't know if Maisie's listening. But Maisie, if you're listening, I will talk to you most definitely. I have read your email, so don't worry. You will hear from me. Grumpy Bear, be good. Don't be grumpy. Dee, go watch Kiss. Go and watch them and enjoy Collingwood's win today, I guess. And just thanks for being here, everybody. It was nice, and I will catch up with you, Mike, as well. All right, you'll be good, and thank you so much, guys. And Betty, hang around. I'll say goodbye to you properly. And thanks so much, guys. And I'll see you next week.